friends, how have you been? Come on, quickly write down your names, call your friends to join the class so that we can begin our today's session. Quickly do that, write down your names in the chat box, everybody. So, can someone tell me what did we do in the last session? Yes, we learned about global warming. That's right. Now, let me give you a small task, okay? So, you have to look at this picture and name two activities that lead to global warming, okay? The causes of global warming. Now, it can be any two activities, and everyone can have a different answer to this question, okay? So, the first two things that you see, note it down, okay? Type it down in the chat box. Look at this picture very carefully and type down the first two reasons that you notice in the picture. Quickly do it. I want all of you all to respond to it. Quickly type your answers in the chat box. Come on, everybody. I can see a few responses. All right. So the first one is transportation, volcanic eruption, burning of fossil fuels, farming activities, industrialization, deforestation, and many others. Okay, so these are some of the reasons that cause global warming. All right, now I want each one of you to list down at least one way in which you can contribute to a safer and greener planet. Think about it. One way in which you can contribute to a safer and greener planet. That means one way in which you can reduce global warming. I want all of you all to respond quickly. You saw the causes already. So, what can you do to reduce it, to reduce global warming? That's great, everyone. So, in today's session, we will learn and discuss various steps and measures that we can take to reduce global warming. But before we begin, let's quickly revise what we have learned, okay, in the previous sessions. Are you ready? If you're ready, type ready in the chat box. So, what you have to do, you have to help me identify whether the following statements are true or false. Okay, the first statement for you is the melting of glaciers results in rising sea levels. Is it true or false? Think about it very carefully. Is it true or false? I want all of you all to respond quickly to it. Yes, that's right. It is true. Let's look at the next one. Fossil fuels are renewable sources of energy and can always be restored. Is it true or false? Think about it very carefully. True or false? Are fossil fuels renewable sources of energy or non renewable sources? Yes, that's right. It is false. So, fossil fuels are non renewable energy, non renewable sources of energy, and it is very difficult to restore them. Okay. Well done, everybody. Now, you have to help me complete the following statements. The first one is dash is a measurement of how much carbon dioxide we send into the atmosphere every single day. Now, the options for you are carbon footprint or fossil fuels. Think about it. Is it carbon footprint or fossil fuels? Quickly, everybody. I can see a few responses coming in. Yes, so that's right. It is carbon footprint. So, carbon footprint is a measurement of how much carbon dioxide we send into the atmosphere every single day. Okay, let's look at what the next question is for us. Dash can lead to loss of biodiversity. Now, this one is very easy. Is it pollution or global warming? Think about it. Think about both the concepts and then answer the question. Type it in the chat box, everybody. All of you. Yes, that's right. It is global warming. Now let's look at the next one. Migration of animals can disturb the dash. Is it balanced diet or food chain? Think about it very carefully. Again, very easy question. What is balanced diet and what is food chain? So what will affect migration of animals? The food chain. The migration of animals can disturb the food chain. Correct. That's excellent. You all have performed really well. Now it's time for us to think. So earlier I received a few responses from you all on how to reduce global warming. Let's learn a few more ways in which we can contribute to the environment. All right, are you ready for it? Are you ready to learn new ways? Let's look at what they are. The first one is use a bicycle to travel short distances. What is the next one? Can you read it out? Type it in the chat box for me. What is the next one? It is make use of public transport. Okay. The next one is take shorter baths and turn off lights when not in use. Now, how will this help us? Reduce global warming by saving energy, right? The next one is remember the 5 R's. This is what you all noted down, correct? Now, can someone tell me what are the 5 R's? Anybody? I want all of you all to respond to what are the 5 R's. We have done this before, remember? Yes, it is right. Reduce, refuse, reuse, recycle, and repurpose. Now, I want all of you all to type it in the chat box. Reduce, refuse, reuse, recycle, and repurpose. Well done. Then we must also avoid using papers when not needed. Okay, let's look at what the next one is. Switching to CFL or LED light bulbs, again related to energy conservation. Okay, now tell me what is the last one and how can it help us? It is buy locally grown food. Why must we buy locally grown food? Because shops often sell food which has been transported on aeroplanes from the other side of the world. In this process, a lot of carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere. Buying locally is much more environment friendly. Did you think about it before? All right. So these are some of the steps that you can take to prevent global warming. Okay, these are some things that you can do. But can you tell me what do you think countries do on a large scale to reduce global warming and fight climate change? Have you heard about it before? What do countries do to fight climate change and reduce global warming? Everybody. Have you heard about the United Nations? If you have, give me a thumbs up, and if you have not, write United Nations in the chat box quickly. Okay, let's see what is United Nations. The United Nations is an association of independent countries that agreed to work together to prevent and end wars. The UN also attempts to improve social conditions by promoting international cooperation, economic development, public health, environmental conservation, and human rights. So they do so much, right? Well, let me tell you a little bit about what UN is doing to fight climate change. Okay? So, the United Nations has come up with sustainable development goals that are set of goals designed to cater to different problems that exist in the world. So, under these set of goals, we have 17 different goals on 17 different problems, all right? And the 13th goal is climate action. So, what does climate action talk about? It encourages all countries to take urgent action to fight against climate change and its impact on our planet, our beautiful planet Earth. So, there are many actions that have been taken to reduce pollution, including reducing production, sustainable living, and use of renewable energy. We have already read about it, right? Well done. So we have already learned all about the measures. We've also learned about what you can do, what the countries are doing, what other international organizations are doing. Now it's time for us to speak, okay? It's time for us to speak. Who's ready? If you all are ready, type ready in the chat box. Let's look at the first question that I have for you. Name any 3 solutions to stop global warming or to reduce global warming. We have read this, right? We've just done this. Think about it and carefully type down all the reasons, all the ways in which you can stop global warming. It can be on a country level or at your personal level. All of y'all, quickly type it in the chat box. Yes, so let's look at what you all have written. 3 solutions to global warming and protecting are protecting forests, using renewable sources of energy, and also through sustainable transportation habits. That's right. Let's look at the next one. What is the major source of carbon dioxide? Now think about it. What is the major source of carbon dioxide? Think about it very carefully. The major source of carbon dioxide is fuel consumption, deforestation, and cement production. These are the major source of carbon dioxide emission. Let's look at the last one. What causes global warming? Now you can have different answers to this as we saw already. What do you think is the correct answer here? So pollution, deforestation, water vapor can cause global warming. All right. Now that we have learned so much and that you all have spoken a lot about it, let's revise what we have learned in both the sessions of global warming. Are you ready? Let's begin. The first question for you is, making use of public transport can help us reduce global warming. Is it true or false? Think about it. Making use of public transport can help us reduce global warming. True or false? Yes, that's right. It is one of the measures, right? One of the ways in which we can reduce global warming. Let's look at the next one. We must always take printouts all the time. Is it true or false? Again, this was one of the measures of reducing global warming. That's right. It is false. Let's look at the next one. Cutting down trees leads to increase in greenhouse gases. Is it true or false? Type in your answers. Yes, that's right. It is true. Well done, everybody. Now it's time for us to solve the Google form and test your knowledge. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to click on the link that is submitted in the chat box. Open the link, fill in all the details correctly, and then select all the answers. So all the questions are already based on global warming. All the things that you have done in these two sessions, just the same questions. Okay. Select the correct answers and then submit the form. Once you're done submitting the form, put in a thumbs up so that I know you all have submitted the form. Quickly do it. Click on the link that is provided in the chat box, fill in all the details, select the correct answers, and then click on submit. Once you're done submitting the form, give me a thumbs up so that I know you all have submitted the form. Quickly do it. I'll give you a few minutes to do it. I already can see a few thumbs up here. Yes, all of you all, quickly do it. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for today's session. Okay. I hope I see you again in the next session. Till then, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, don't forget to share this video with your friends. Okay. Bye bye for now. I'll see you in the next class.